But those free
So
Bitcoin ones are legit, right?
yeah, those. Oh yeah, the free Bitcoin ones. Yeah. So 2 days ago, Matrix brought somebody back, and that person brought back a bunch of trash people, and some of those trash people came with so it was an account that was DMing people, was more than one account. They were DMing people saying it was doing a survey of 18-year-old high school kids about Donald Trump, but it turned out it was like some scam link. But I kept banning the people over and over again. It was just, I don't know, 48 hours. So my thing is, when people complain about like newbies complain, because that's one of their gimmicks. So a lot of things happened in a very short period of time because of this. So like they tried to incite conversation about blacks, a conversation about the Jews, a conversation about vaccines, conversation about global warming, as simultaneously all this other stuff is happening. So, but what simultaneously, well, let me
Sorry,
finish. So
are we now talk about?
simultaneously,
Okay, sorry.
but simultaneously, they at the same time they were saying it's your responsibility to get rid of these people because they're on your server and they're sending me stuff. My policy is someone complains about stuff like that in their DMs, I tell them report it to Discord. We don't police DMs, but usually I ban them anyway. I just don't tell them I ban them because I don't want them. I don't want to like concede that somehow we're responsible for people that join the server DMing them like we're responsible for the content of their DMs because we're not. So I just tell them report it to Discord and if they are doing that, I ban them. That whoever's sending them stuff anyway. I just don't tell the people complaining that I'm doing it.
Well, it becomes a weapon. They'll use that as a tactic
exactly.
to get people banned. But also, I mean, all that Discord will say is just block the person and I mean what?
Yes. So we just hard ban off the server and done block. Right.
Yeah, but just don't delete the messages or anything like that, because obviously that would be used as sort of they could be used as content. But just boost them off the server. Don't make it, don't make anyone aware of it, and then it's just not our problem anymore. But I mean, at the same stage, you're not giving anyone a useful weapon that they can use against someone. Oh, it's in the why haven't you banned this person? Because you usually ban people that do this or whatever. So with these tools, you often land up being at the sharp end of it.
Yeah, we could actually do what Discord does and say, hey, give me the message ID, because Discord won't ban anybody without the message ID either. They don't do anything based upon screenshots. They want the message ID. He says they actually say that they can't recover any deleted message, which, that is a big fat lie.
Maybe that has to do with the level of their employment. Maybe low level, like, $7 an hour guys can't. Hypothetically, I don't know.
Yeah, listen, they got it. It's in there. They got it. It's in there somewhere.
They just can't reveal it for privacy reasons, probably because it was the person deleted the message themselves.
Yeah, maybe
there would be a privacy implication with that.
But closing the DM doesn't actually delete the messages, does it? That's only if you actually click on it and delete the message itself.
Yeah, you have to delete it yourself.
Yeah. All right. Yeah, no, that's...
Hold on a second. CJ, you're going to have to carry on. I got to run outside for a second and grab food.
Yeah, cool.
For my son. Hold on.
Yeah. No problem. So...
I do not consent. No, I'm joking.
Yeah. Yeah, I was just saying then, obviously the obligatory legal disclaimer that this is for internal use only, this is not, no one here has the consent for this to be publicly released apart from the unlisted videos, blah, 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 blah. It's just that normal legal disclaimer. I'm not phased. I mean, at the end of the day, we just obviously. Yeah, I mean, that's better than have a YouTube link. You could generate like the link out of it's a hexadecimal value. So anyone, you could actually generate. I don't know whether it being unlisted would prevent people actually falling upon it. Like, no, but the link is just a URL with YouTube / a hexadecimal value. I mean, you could easily have something just generating a script going through YouTube values and just coming.
No, you won't find it. You won't find it, CJ. You won't.
Is it? Okay, cool.
Yeah, you won't find it.
Yeah, no, it's fine. Either way.
That sounds fine.
So, I mean, obviously, what we want to clarify a few things. We've obviously, with respect to additional live streams, etc. This is all something that we've been wanting to implement. I brought it up basically in the last meeting, something that we were looking at. Indio and Jose and everyone, we were basically solving. We were looking at a way to solve many problems at once, as you can all appreciate. So, what we were doing with the arena, I think we just all have to be sort of clear on what that actually is and the purposes that sort of achieves. Obviously for what we were saying about the sort of purge aspect and banning aspect was just a reaction to sort of it was a brute force method of separating the propagandists and all that sort of stuff from our general populace and our live stream and that sort of stuff. That was the one sort of the thing that we were trying to sort out. I mean, obviously it's bad optics, having it, they banned me, I can't go back there, it's an echo chamber, all of this sort of stuff. It's like, it's essentially we've defeated that entire sort of propaganda tactical argument immediately with that, and then obviously, with what we're doing or with what we're trying to do with the social media aspect of things. I mean, everything is, the quality of social media is directly proportional to the quality of the content that's in the social media. And essentially, if we've also got 2 live streams running simultaneously, that's, ideally we'd like, separate content in both. And again, like we've doubled our content per hour. And, once this is sort of, cut up and arranged for social media, we've doubled our outputs. Like, this wasn't the point of the arena was not to split the mod team up per se. Like, it's more, I mean, obviously we have to split the mod team up between the two, because we can't have everyone in the arena and then the normal live streams just got the golds running it, and we can't have everyone in the normal live stream and then the golds are just running the arena. So I mean, obviously there's going to be some degree of natural sort of sorting between the mods, because obviously we've now got double the amount of real estate to cover. I mean, we don't want people thinking that there's any difference between the two, or any, I mean, essentially it's just two different modes of getting information out, and methods of, Well, I mean, ideally, if we could have 3. I mean, if Panto gets his stream up and going, we've got different streams running. So, I mean, at the end of the day, I mean, if we could separate, our content out into the different streams. It's far easier for us to dissect it afterwards, package the good bits, release that as clips. That's what we should be aiming for. Like, I mean, Indio's. Yeah. I mean, that's ideal. I mean, that's ideal to be clipped. Like, I mean, we should be pushing these little, little tokens or little nuggets of, live stream. I mean, yeah. Anyway, I mean, you get what I'm trying to say. Like, I mean, there's, so I mean, we don't want, we don't want any hard feelings or any rivalry or competitiveness between anyone about where they're active at that time. I mean, we just have to be professional. We just have to be professional about the arrangement. I mean, there's no, some are better, some are worse, some are this or some are that. It's like no, well, exactly, and it's utilizing each person's unique, their skills. I mean, we're not all hammers hitting down nails. Some some people need that, and other times you're a saw, and we're all different tools accomplishing different jobs. So it's like we just don't want any, like, we just don't want anything about that. Like, I mean, we've got.
Let's just try not to get possessive over the live streams and try to use that as like collateral or something against the server. Like when Anti had the bot and he tried holding the server hostage, saying you gotta do what I say or I'm taking the bot type thing. Like, just don't get possessive over the live stream just because you may host the live stream or something. Like, that's just an ass move.
Sorry, could I just ask for a point of clarification? So is the understanding that for the new live stream, there'll only be certain mods who can access it and use it, or do all mods get to use it, or? No.
Well, I mean, like, take for example, Vlad is a problem in live stream 1, right? We can all agree on that.
Yeah.
Would Vlad be a problem in the arena?
No.
Oh.
And Miggy, aren't you guys going to come up with a separate set of rules for each platform, brother?
Yeah,
I mean, look,
DJ's good. I think he's good to that. So I'm just waiting.
Yeah, I mean, we're going to. I mean, there's a lot of fine tuning that that we've got to go through, and look, this is obviously a new thing, and I mean, we can't expect it to.
Here, let me try, bro. It's an attempt to cater to all the different personalities that we have here to benefit from everyone, not just a few.
So Wolfgang. Sorry, let's just not deviate too far from what Wolfgang was saying. So, with respect to your question, is the the live stream limited to certain mods? In some occasions, yes. If it resolves an issue, then yeah, why not? But I mean, we also don't want, people being in the, that they're veterans only in the one and not the other. It's, sometimes sometimes the more placid debaters need to maybe sharpen up their skills a bit. So then maybe they spend a week in the arena, and then maybe someone that's just been battling for a week solid needs to chill and just wants to go through the basics with someone new. Then they can go to the live stream 1. It's like,
can somebody explain the arena in a bit of a nutshell, because I'm still a little confused as to its real purpose.
Okay, I'm back. I'll explain the purpose. So, the purpose is to limit the amount that that the Gem Panda goons and other pro trolls like Xanic and Pizzle and all those. We're trying to limit their exposure to like the people that generally come in here. They're new to the topic and they're curious. We're sick of them running interference and playing their little logical fallacy games and propaganda and all those things. So they're going to be restricted to the arena, basically. All
It's
those
essentially
people.
like a sandbox for those guys.
Yes, exactly. And to keep them away from, because if we're distracting them in the arena, they can't be DMing people that are in voice chat, feeding them information, trolling the lobby and the debate text. So it'll limit what they can handle, even what they can do. It's more for them than it is for us. It's a way to handle them. The
Yeah.
people that are actively trying to stop us.
All right, thanks for that. That clarifies it.
Yeah, I mean,
in arena, you're not gonna get a question like, "Oh, if Earth is flat, why is Mars not flat?" Like, that's more like, yeah, keep that in the main live stream for like the newcomers.
Sorry, can I just continue from my bit? So I think I get the premise of the new room for the more kind of hardened globe debaters. That makes sense. But I was just asking about it from a moderator perspective, because obviously you want moderators in both rooms preferably, and it sounded like there might be a restriction on what mods can go in either room, which I didn't. I understand it from the new people side. But.
There's no restriction, nothing like that.
Mods can go anywhere, mate. It's your choice. Your server, go where you want. But what we're saying, be a natural gravitation between one room and another. And if that happens, that's fine. But no one's stopped from being in any room, mate.
Hold on. Wrong. There's no such thing as gravity, so that's not going to happen.
Yeah, no, that was my understanding. I was just wanting to clarify it.
Sorry, So Wolfgang, what I was saying is that basically, what I was saying is with respect to controlling certain problematic issues for certain live streams, then yes, there will be a limiting factor. Like, for example, Vlad won't be allowed in live stream 1, but he's just not suited for that. Whereas, the arena, I've got no issues with him being there. So that's the only thing that I was saying about.
I get you.
That's
but isn't it that he is allowed? But he's allowed in the live stream. It's just when it gets to a certain level of head-to-head. That's
perhaps.
where the suggestion is highly.
Yeah, just before he blows his top, perhaps. Look, I'm just laying out a hypothetical scenario, because I don't want to say no, we're not limiting people to certain live stream when, in essence, we might use that to mitigate a certain factor. I guess what I'm saying.
Yeah, so
the live stream, we're going to try and keep a certain decorum, right? Collegial, polite, civil, informative, as opposed to confrontational, which is going to be the arena. It's going to be more confrontational.
Yeah, it makes sense.
Because we have two types of quote-unquote clientele, if you want to call it that, right? We have the people that come in here, they're hardcore Globers, they've been binge-watching Professor Dave, and they come here and they've got a chip on their shoulder and something to prove. There's those. And then there's the people that are just honestly curious or, mildly trolling or just they're curious why anybody can even believe the Earth is flat. Having Xanic in the background going yada, 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 while we're trying to have a conversation with them is counterproductive. So we're trying to stop that.
Agreed. Yeah, it's a good idea. I like it.
There's no rule about which stream mods can go in, but if a mod is in the live stream and they're breaking the rules for decorum, they're going to get moved, or they should move themselves, or the other mods need to say, hey, we're not doing that here. If you want to take that guy down and go at it like that with him in the arena, go for it, right? So we're not saying just shut up. We're just saying you're in the wrong forum for that. Yeah, exactly. I really don't want them to know what we're really trying to do as far as segregate them. So this is a classic like pincer movement where you hold the enemy force by a frontal attack and then you flank them while the frontal attack is distracting them. So we're going to basically distract them with a frontal attack to like the Lepizzles and Koshas of the world. And while they're busy, bashing their head against the waves, the wall in the arena, they won't have time to be DMing people in the live stream.
One alts.
Because we're not going to be changing their minds. A lot of that's just going to be, my suggestion is just expose their sophistry and their tactics and their bullcrap. I think that's really what you should be doing when dealing with people like that, is exposing them who they are. Like, who are these people that are defending the globe like that? They're dishonest. They're liars. They make stuff up. And they're trying to hide the truth, not reveal it. And that too. And they got mental disorders. You don't have to say that.
All about that.
I've got a question about that. How do we? Okay, even if we successfully separate them, right? We've got both of them going. The Gem Panda Goons in one, the live stream the other. What's stopping them from seeing the live stream on YouTube, seeing what we're doing, and still DMing them anyways?
Oh, we can't stop that. That's impractical. But we're here anyway with alt accounts.
Okay, all right.
We're here anyway with alt accounts. So I mean, we can't stop it.
It keeps them off the alt. Keeps them on their mains. Like they're going to want to have that recognition, of being, on their main account.
You're right. There ego might take over. You're right.
Right. You guys
for the ones who their goal really is to derail the conversation away from these newcomers to the channel. Like for those guys, they'll catch on eventually. It won't take very long, and they'll just make an alt account, and they'll be in that live stream to do their job over there. But we'll know their voices.
We'll recognize their voice, right?
Goon showed up yesterday to scope out the scene.
They're trying to help you maintain a more welcoming environment for the live stream where you can reach those people who want to be reached. And those of us that enjoy the heated debates can be in a heated debate.
It's not going to be perfect, but if we can just reduce some of the obfuscation, even 50%, that's a victory in my eyes. Just to actually just reduce it, to have more civil conversations with normal people, that's really the goal.
Yeah, and if it gets away some of the infighting and the micromanaging, then it's a double.
Because think about it. All the goons, were they listening to the live stream, or would they rather listen to their goon master, Gem Panda, battle it out with us yesterday? Exactly.
Yeah, well, I mean,
I'm sure none of them were listening to the
So I know that Meme a while ago wanted to intentionally sort of disrupt their pattern by forcing them to give 3 proofs, but is anybody giving globe roll anymore, and what are the rules behind it? Because I'm still very confused, and I've been here about 3 years now.
I'd say you've been here longer.
Well, it's my understanding of that. Yeah, I mean the globe, any Earth roll, whether it be on the fence, globe earther or flat earther or globe skeptic.
VC verified.
Those are the ones that give you the ability to post links
but
and images.
flat
and
earther,
like
we're doing an interview. We get an understanding of the person, but for a globe earther, do we just simply give them the role on the spot because they request it?
No, we're not doing
I
that.
haven't been doing it on the spot matrix, but once you realize that the person is always defending the globe model, I have been. I know Meme wanted us to make sure they know their motto, and we did all that for a period of time, but I think people got lags on it. I do give people the globe earth.
I just think there's no consistency anymore, that's all.
Yeah, for me, it's been after I hear them talking, and I'm convinced that they're not here just to troll. If they're like, "Hey, I can't post images," like, what do I need for that? Then I'm like, well, why don't we go ahead and give you the globe roll or something like that?
Yeah,
but for me,
under circumstances, I usually give on the fence.
They don't have perms to speak in the arena when they get there, but that's because we want to call on them, because we want to have a more controlled debate with them.
All right, so I had another point about the arena. So and the theme that I had going was that flat earthers are going to be like, there's two themes here with the Spartans and the gladiator, to identify all the gladiators would be like anybody opposing flat earth, and the Spartans would be the ones in line with flat earth. But also the idea that if it is like an arena, then we'd have people that would want to participate but not actually actively on voice. So maybe they want to sit there and listen. There would be another role called the Coliseum role that would allow them to sit and listen without being able to speak in or jump in, because all they want to do is listen and not be an active participator. So that way it'll condense the amount of people who are able to hold that debate within that arena. So let's say you got a couple of globe earthers coming from Jet Pandas and maybe a few, just bystanders. Well, the ones who wanted to debate will get the gladiator tag, and the ones who just want to sit and listen will get like a Coliseum role. So all they do is sit and listen.
So it's basically an arena listening pass. Then is all that really is.
Yeah. Yeah, because some people. Yeah. Some people just want to sit and listen, right? They don't want to participate. Like either way, they don't want to debate. They just want to hear what the debate's about. So you give it'd be like a listening pass. They can go in and join in. And yeah, the only thing is they'd have to be, like I said, kind of vetted to know if they're 18 and over. I mean, we obviously don't know for certain what age group they are, but more or less you could tell a kid from more or less an adult, right? I mean, that'd be.
Well, why don't we just utilize the listening pass role for that? Make listening pass available in the arena, and that would be your Coliseum or whatever. But
no, well, the point is no. Sorry, Jumpy. Sorry. Just to jump in there. The point is to isolate. The point is to isolate also the Xanax and whatever. So we're just going to be very. This is
and children.
Yeah. So we can't have it a global. We can't have it a global sort of thing. Sorry to use the term Yeah. So I mean, that.
Yeah, it's not going to be everybody welcome.
I mean, maybe what we do is just modify the check-in procedure such so that people can get roles at the same time as they get VC verified. I mean, maybe that's just the solution.
Let's be honest. The whole VC check-in process really doesn't do anything to vet anybody. They're getting through anyways.
We filter out a good 20 20 to 40% of people that are just going to ear rape.
Talking my head too.
Sorry, Jedi.
No, you're fine, buddy. It does sort people out because you'll get them giggle and go before they even say a fucking word. So it doesn't filter everybody out, but it filters some people out, right?
Okay, yeah. Maybe when I said it's not really doing anything, I guess that's the wrong statement. But it's the ones who are making the alt accounts and the ones who are that want to come into the live stream to troll. They know how to get past it, so they're doing it.
Yeah, you guys have to remember the purpose of the AC check-in.
Come on, guys. I think Jose's trying to get in there.
The purpose of that is because it limits. You get, as before, people would just be able to hop in right straight to the arena, straight to 24/7. It's just a stepping stone. So instead of getting 10 trolls hopping on the mic, all ear raping us at the same time, or muting them all in the arena at the same time and getting ear raped, we get to weed them out. And yet, not everyone weeds out. That's not the purpose of it. It's not to weed them all out. It's just to get an idea of who we're letting in. Like I've let in trolls purposely. I'm not so worried about it because I'm like, I know they're going to get banned, and there's not a good conversation right now. So why not give them something to chew on? I've done that before. So that's not really the issue. Like the voice check-in does serve its purpose, I think. But that the point of it is just to be like a first barrier of so you don't have people just hopping straight to the live stream, right? Like they have to go through a place first. It's just
right. But what I was saying though is as far as a listening pass though, if why should we stop anybody from listening to the arena? I think
because some people don't meet the age requirement.
Well, that's where you have the NSFW thing and.
Yeah, adult content. We don't want them here.
Trying to conserve bandwidth. They can go listen on YouTube. Honestly, if they really want to listen, they can go to YouTube.
Yeah, but also you can't select a voice channel as being not safe for work. So the text channel is fine. So
that's true.
There has to be some secondary sort of vetting. It's not a role that we give out.
Yeah, that's a good point.
No, but you bypassed the 18 thing then, Helio. That's what I was trying to say. You need a secondary. It can't be the same role. I mean, first of all, with respect to your co-shows, your Xanax, etc., they can only have a single role so that they cannot access anywhere else. I mean,
we need an arena VC verified in that case.
Yeah, well, perhaps. I mean, look, at the end of the day, all of these things need a little bit of fine tuning. We haven't, we've got the principle of what we want to do, and between
another suggestion I've got, which might be a little bit off topic, but is to actually restrict or limit these new accounts that are coming in. I don't know if this can be done with the bot, so the bot would check how old the account is in terms of Discord, and then limit their rules to 24 hours. Because I know we used to have that 10-minute introduction. When you join in the server for the first time, Discord will automatically limit you from joining in to 10 minutes. But a lot of these accounts are literally just being created, in minute one, and then 2 minutes later they're joining our server, and immediately you know who they are because they're referring to the admins and they're referring to India and other people within the server they already know.
The one guy's record was 27 seconds.
Yeah. Is there any way we can incorporate that into the bot? I don't know much about programming and things.
I mean, you could programmatically, you could definitely sort it out. I mean, I'll speak to India, or maybe we just have a secondary bot that just handles that, just assigning roles on age. I mean, that's something I can easily do. It's something that can be implemented.
I know I've brought it up before, and people don't seem to like it because they're worried that it would drive down traffic into the server by a lot. But if they give you under the moderation tab, verifying your account to a cell phone number, that would stop the duplicate accounts. I still think that's a pretty good idea.
Yeah.
There are some people that actively enjoy the fact that we're banning them so fast and so frequently, and it becomes a bit of a challenge for them. I know it puts off a lot of the genuine ones.
But what if they're not using a cell phone? I'm just saying.
They don't have to be using a cell phone. They just have to verify their account by attaching it.
Yeah.
Can I just jump in? we've been on the same topic for over an hour, and not all of us can stay here for like the next 6 hours.
Yeah, well,
Literally
what do
nobody
you want
else
to talk
found
about
there, so be quiet.
Yeah, I haven't. Yeah, I think you guys should talk about
whatever. I mean,
other things that we were going to get to.
Everyone, chill. Okay, so what do you want to talk about then, Bambi?
Let's
No,
talk
no, no,
about
just
the-
whatever other
I think
points
what
are
Bambi's saying is she wants to go crush all the main points and then get over with it quick. I agree with
No,
that.
like,
Like,
no,
seems
like,
like-
what I
She's a
suggested-
quickie.
What I suggested in the text chat is like a main mod meeting a month, and then anything that requires like new additional things to the server, like the arena, can have a separate mod meeting whenever.
Well, this is exactly what that is because we had a mods meeting
thought you
last
guys had
month
other
discussing
points to
this.
I thought there was other points to this mod meeting.
No, there are other points. There are the
Bambi, this is as good as it gets, trust me.
And soda.
Yeah, there are
This
the
is a
points. But I
main
mean,
mod meeting, and we're discussing the arena in it. But this is a main mod meeting. There's lots of things to discuss today. Trust me.
Okay, so the next phase then. Let's just move this on. Okay, we can discuss the permissions, roles, and whatever with the arena later on. So obviously we've got, as someone also asked about, the rules being restructured with different, codes of conduct for the live streams, etc. Yes. Very soon there's going to be sort of like an updated rules for different, the different aspects of the server. And then one of the things that we need to do also to resolve some security issues with respect to like silvers being possibly alts, etc., perhaps even up to gold level. What we're going to do is we're going to have mandatory VC meetings going down to sort of weed out any accounts that could possibly be alts, etc. So, we will basically be doing almost like an internal audit just to make sure that everyone is who sort of what they are. That's one of the other things. What we needed to do also with respect to, we discussed 3 meetings ago, about getting teams together. So, for example, a debate coaching team with respect to like, Jedi, maybe, crypto, a couple of people, just to sort of, work out like how to refine our debate and tactics and arguments a little bit better. We also need to, the big thing is that we need a bit of help from the moderator team in respect to these sort of sub teams that we were talking about. Like, we want to get social media buttoned up. So, we need some people that are more social media inclined, and, to give us a hand, possibly assist that. We've also obviously, there's a lot of mediation, etc. So, we need to fine tune our sort of mediation process. That's like, for example, whatever. I mean, there's lots of stuff to discuss. I mean, what's, I don't know where you want to start. Like,
They ain't all figure it out. I mean, it's going to be basically the same rule as what I guess 2 different enforcement standards. Well, I mean, there's going to be less rules in the arena as far as like civility, right? No. I don't think that's was. I mean, I'm open to that, but I don't think that was the plan.
no. Well, I mean, we've got to work that out. It's got to be. We can't stack. We need this as a certain role profile. And
Look,
listen. If we want, yeah, you carry on.
Let me say something real quick. We have enough hardcore global shills to fill the arena 24/7. They're already on. They were on 24/7 when they were here. Xanax spends 8 hours a day on Discord. Lapizzle spends 6 hours a day. Kosho spends 27 hours out of a 24-hour day on Discord. Like, so we like if we just restrict those people to the arena, then there's always going to be people in there. Right? We don't have to worry about that. Yeah, change their roles, strip their whatever. Just give them the gladiator tag and have a day, right? And if they want to go into the live stream, they get the warning. We have civility rules in here. If you can't abide with them, you're gonna go if you want to act like a savage, we're gonna go where we send savages to the arena, and we're gonna see. You know what I mean? Like literally, like that. So. And just send them into the arena where they can get it all out of their system or whatever they need to do.
Yeah. And if you want to be nice to everybody, no offense, but do that in live stream where it's a welcoming environment for the new people that you're trying to reach. We're not trying to have two welcoming environments for new people that we're trying to reach, and then nowhere for the staunch Clovers to get what they come for.
Just throw them to the lines in true Roman gladiator style.
That's right.
So can I just, for my understanding, then it sounds like
it's really make a Mac and name them Christians.
The VC verified and the Glober roles and stuff are probably okay as they are, and we just get a new role for the arena, and for the hardcore Globers we give them that instead.
Exactly. Yes, exactly.
Back to Matrix's point before, I would still say, I'm personally not giving out Earth roles without given a few questions at least, so I would still think that we should.
Yeah, that still applies. That didn't change.
Yeah,
this is sorry to interrupt you. This is just an addition. This isn't like changing anything else.
Yeah. Okay. No,
we're adding something. We're not taking anything away. We're adding something, and shoring up what was already there.
Yeah. No, that's a good idea. So, CJ, could you quickly touch on the audit process that you were talking about? And then we can maybe talk about the team structure or whatever else was still on the agenda.
Yeah, look, basically we've got, there's at least 2 or 3 of our regular customers who, maybe they're just bluffing and saying that they've got silver and gold accounts, but, there's been plenty of claims of, alts up in the ranks. So what we're going to basically be trying to do is, essentially, what we need to do is we're restructuring the rules of the server. So what we're looking at is basically having some kind of confirmation that everyone is willing to, be on board with the rules, etc. We need to have gold meetings more often. It's something that unfortunately, I wanted to do more gold meetings, and that's another sort of team aspect that I wanted to bring up. Basically what we need is maybe a group of mods that are more sort of catered towards bringing the golds up for potential mod status. So we could be sort of an interface between the mods and the golds and have more regular meetings. But obviously just taking advantage of this current sort of restructure. What we're going to try to do is have as many sort of VC verified people on board as possible. Like, we don't want any alts possibly in silver or gold, and then just being, look, at the end of the day, like, the server's just below 10,000 people. Like, it's barely, it's not barely manageable, but it's difficult to manage a lot of people. Like, the next thing we look, it's going to be like 20,000 people, 30,000 people. We've been growing 1,000 people a month steadily for 10 months. There's no sign of us, anything changing. So, in 10 months' time, we're looking at 20,000 people based on current trends. So, before we get too big and too...
Well, it's not necessarily people, to be fair. There's a lot of alts going through that, so you've got to factor that into it. A lot of abandoned accounts just because we're putting them in CogDis, so they're abandoning their entire Discord account.
Yeah, no. What I'm trying to say is that. Okay, no, you were saying, Indio. Sorry.
Oh, it is.
Wasn't you? No, what I'm suggesting is that basically through the sort of
Spartans, right? Well, gladiators. So you would have to like pull people out of the live stream manually, or change the permissions for the room, or do something.
Yeah, I just don't want to make them suffer, Gen Panda and them.
No, battle mods. We're big
Unless they
girls.
want to. If I can finish what I'm saying, just like everybody else.
You're repeating your same point a second ago, and as I've been trying to say when I've been trying to give a rebuttal to you, I'm trying to reply to you for the point that you've just said that you're now trying to repeat. We are big girls. We can take them on. We have the same mute button that you have, and we have the same abilities to flat smack as you do. Just because we're women doesn't mean we don't want to take on Gen
Listen,
Panda.
I didn't say any of that.
I know, but the fact that you're
didn't.
asking is implying that we can't do that, and we
I
can't.
wasn't asking just you.
Big girls. You specifically said I'm asking Bambi. You specifically said that I was going Krypton was trying to speak.
The women.
You said Bambi.
Do the women want to take on these guys?
But you wanted my answer, so that's why
Can we move on? Can we move on?
Always put implications on my words.
I was
that
gonna
never
say,
imply.
It sounds like these two can work together, right? I mean, the diversity and the
why do you feel the need to pick on Bambi all the time? I don't get it.
I wasn't picking on her. I don't get what she's talking about.
One at a time, guys. Wolfgang was talking. Wolfgang, hold on! Can Wolfgang finish his point, please?
Well, I was just going to make the point that we've got some options here, and there's no reason why the two can't necessarily work together. I mean, this is kind of stemming from the idea of like resource scarcity in terms of the commodity that are Globers. But I mean, there might be plenty for both. I mean, some might want to go in and ask questions on one and might want to debate on the other. I mean, I don't think we need to get bogged down in how they'll work until we see them both working in practice. There might be enough for both, and if not, then maybe think about shutting one. But I don't think you really need to get into this level of it.
Premature. Sorry, just premature optimization is the like, you shouldn't try to prematurely optimize things because you don't know what the outcome's going to be beforehand. So this is just going to be one of these things where, you know, we've got some sort of basic suggestions how we're going to handle the roles, how we're going to handle what the demographics are for each area. Obviously, you know, we don't want to distract from Ladies' Night. We don't want to distract. You know, all of these things have a place. I mean, how we implement it, you know, we'll figure it out in the next, 6 days or 5 days before Ladies' Night. It'll be, you know, I mean, we slipped up. I mean, I didn't post an announcement for Ladies' Night. Sorry, I mean, I did it the last couple of nights. Yeah, I mean, we could have promoted the last one slightly better, but yeah, I mean, we'll figure out like within the next couple of days that this is, you know, we don't have to hash this out right now. You know.
Can I say something? The women should decide what they want to do. It's that simple. We shouldn't be in here debating it. Yeah, how about the women decide what they want to do with Ladies' Night? That's a novel idea.
Yeah,
discuss it amongst yourselves.
Yeah, just ping us. Just ping us with what you've decided, and then we'll announce it.
Wasn't that the idea to begin with?
Yeah.
Wasn't it supposed to be their choice, anyways?
Yeah. So let's let the ladies figure out Ladies' Night, and we'll keep supporting it because it is really good and it gets new people in and people like it. So let's keep pushing that, and then we've got the Ladies' Night and the Coliseum coming. So that's two good new features, and let's just have both of them working and see how they go.
It's fun watching them do it too.
Are there any other points that anyone? I mean, just for the sort of sake of time now. I mean, obviously, you know, is there anything else that anyone would like to bring out, and we can always hash out the, you know, what we've discussed already later.
Yeah. Hey guys, sorry I missed most of the meeting. I've been really, really busy today, and I just checked my DMs. Is there anything? Great. Is there anything that anyone needs to address to me specifically or anything like that? Otherwise, I'm actually really happy with what's been happening lately.
Yeah, fuck you.
I've been yes, fuck you too. I've had my complaints, but oddly enough, a lot of things have just sort of solved themselves in a very organic way in the last few days. And
well, sorry, mate, if you'd been at the last meeting, we'd kind of sort of discussed this. I mean, that's why I tagged you specifically when we called this meeting, because basically it was just the day before the meeting or whatever, and you'd just ask when is the next meeting. So, obviously, like a lot of the stuff might have seemed, sort of new or, whatever to you. But yeah, I mean, it's we're just trying to implement some changes that we've got together, and I mean, the ultimate thing that we're trying to do is just use some kind of process of natural filtering that we just expend the least amount of energy on solving problems.
Yeah, more time on our mission statement and less time on drama.
Well, I mean, our mission statement, I mean, we put that was put together in November last year. I mean, all of our procedures, we've they might not be 100% clear, but there's always a starting point for something. I mean, it's just a work in progress, man. Like, we're not going to make everyone 100% happy all the time, but it's just about sticking to first principles, man.
Absolutely. And just remember, everybody, the Earth isn't getting any flatter. So,
If you got any flatter, it'll be concave.
Yeah, right.
Jedi, did you want to go ahead and make your point from earlier?
Yeah, it was talking about Ladies' Night, mate, so that's gone now.
Oh, okay, no worries. Sorry.
Yeah, that's all I had.
I did want to ask something to the admins with regards. Are these? Bear in mind, one of the biggest problems we have with the Pizzles and Xanax of the world is their PMing of neophytes. Is there anything that we can do to stop them?
Distract them. That's like literally all we can do.
Well, the other thing is also just to sort of generate a sort of I mean, at the end of the day, like, there was an incident early on with the Woke Council or whatever they're called. It's like Ironbase's LARPing crew, and like one of the someone was DMing stuff to the one new user. And he DM'd me and Morvis saying like, what's the deal with this and whatever. So, I mean, I think the thing is, it's not something that we can counter, but it's almost like we have to sort of generate some kind of thing where people will just naturally alert us to this sort of behavior. So, I mean, this is something that I'd mentioned, within our sort of rules of debate. What we should probably just sort of preface it with is sort of like the fair rules of debate, where we don't have to explicitly say like, if people DM you, let us know, but we should word it in such a way where it's like, it's bad form for a party to use this practice, so that
can I just ask who are these DMs actually coming to? Who's actually finding out this information? Is it a certain person? Is it a certain group? Is it like the admins that are finding out? Or...
No. That was It's Ben. He DM'd me and Morvis early on about some stuff that happened with respect to, because we sort of joke about the council. And usually, like, within a couple of minutes after that, there's some kind of shitstorm with trolls, because obviously they don't like being mocked or whatever. But something sort of come out. He'd obviously seen with us talking about the council before, and then when this came up again, he sort of he DM'd me and Morvis and just asked, what's the deal with these guys? I mean, I personally just said to him, like, look, join the server, see what they've got to say, and make your decision for yourself. Like, I mean. I basically put that exact point across to him that I said to you guys, where it was like, if people are resorting to, DMing you stuff in private, I mean, what kind of debate tactic is that? And
plus, listen, some people have admitted it, like newbies that come in, they've admitted it in the live stream inadvertently, and some have told us on purpose. And we actually got Xanax to admit that he was DMing someone while they were in there. Plus, you can tell they don't know anything. It's like, what's the radius? And all of a sudden, he knows, like, the higher. All of a sudden, he knows orbital mechanics. Like 5 seconds later, but doesn't know the radius. There's ways to tell, and it's certainly been happening because we've gotten admissions. So how to stop it is like, if they're not allowed in the live stream, then they'll have to listen on YouTube and they'll have to DM with an alt account. If they have access to the arena, hopefully they're in the arena defending their own hide instead of trying to defend somebody that's in the live stream.
Yeah, there's no quick solution, to be honest.
I see it as a pretty good diversionary tactic.
Yeah, I mean, that's all we can do. It's just, this is just basically like, you know, you don't want someone to break in your car, but you lock the car doors instead of making it easy. You just make it a little more difficult. They can still throw a rock through the window.
I mean, it only makes sense, man. They're employing tactics. I mean, we might as well have our truth seeking with our tactics too, because they've got a lot more numbers than we do. You know what I'm saying? So
there's no point in not playing on their field or trying to play their game. There's no point.
We need an advantage. I mean, we outnumbered, thousands to one. So we got to be smarter by 1,000 times to, counter.
I mean, that's why I like the whole theme with the Spartans, because it does sometimes feel like we're literally the 300 against the entire Persian army, which is the entire global army, and we're the 300 against them. That's what it feels like.
An army of slaves.
Just to add to that, just in terms of what you can actually do, I mean, beyond just kind of keeping an eye out and moderating, if you're speaking to someone new and they seem to come out with the standard globe arguments, I mean, then you can ask them, is someone DMing you by any chance? I mean, beyond putting it in the welcome rules, highlighting it in the VC check-in and kind of mentioning it in passing in the live stream, just to cover your bases, there's probably not too much you can do about sorting out people's DMs. But yeah, we can always bring it up, just like CJ says, in the interest of proper debate and speaking to you, and in the interest of learning. Don't just accept what someone else is saying to you. Discuss it.
No, I mean, the thing is, you want to foster something in that person where they, the fact that someone's DMing them instead of taking the argument to the server just inherently will feel wrong to them, and then in that instance they'll notify us.
Yeah, like, why are you hiding? Basically.
Yeah.
But we do need to take down the council. That's on the agenda next week. We'll see. Like, we'll work out how to deal with them.
Okay, I'm gonna bring up. I'm gonna move on from like the arena, because that's taken about an hour, more than an hour of time.
Yeah.
This is related to the voice chat, and this is about alcohol and drugs in the live stream, right? So we actually have a template rule that we're gonna actually implement, and this doesn't apply to any particular person, because a lot of people have been shit-faced in the live stream, or high, or hitting their bong or whatever. It's not a good look for the discerning public. I mean, grandma happens to click on the live stream and hears 3 drunk people and someone smashing at their bong. I don't think grandma's gonna be impressed by flat earthers and flat earth in general.
I'd agree. That's a good point to bring up, and general discussion of it, like just people talking about how many ounces they're packing and what they're doing, just general drug chat and inebriated people, I would agree, shouldn't be on the live stream when we've got new people and young people coming in. So that's a good
Gotcha. Understood. Sorry, guys. And I'm getting that new chilled bong with the... anyway, thanks for letting me know.
Listen, I'll tell you, just from me personally, it doesn't bother me in the slightest, dude. You could freaking be snorting coke off your desk on the live stream. I wouldn't care. But the public is not so discerning, as they're not open-minded like I am.
I'm the same. Just for appearance purposes, at the very least, we need to keep it like that, I would say.
So that's going to be in the rules. It's like the rules, like I said earlier, are going to reiterate it. So there's going to be voice chat rules, text chat rules. They're going to be broken out. Welcome is just going to actually have a welcome greeting instead of the rules sandwiched in there. So we're actually going to have broken out rules, so they don't have any excuse. If someone comes into the live stream and starts doing some shenanigans, just say, "Hey, go read the voice chat rules." Then you'll be unmuted. Then you can come back. So you know what's going on, and you don't have any excuses. an arena is not going to be an absolute free for all. Okay, it's going to be lightly moderated, so to speak, but it isn't going to be like I'm going to rape your granny or whatever. It's not going to be
I
that
think it was
level.
very excellent yesterday, because it just, even though people could still get their shit off, it's like, yeah, a debate still has to happen and the structure still has to be right. I thought it was good yesterday.
Yeah, that dogpiling. I know how 5 people like to get onto the ball, Arthur, but if we're in the fucking arena, you got to let people go and have the fucking argument. And not as happens, you get somebody come along and then 5 minutes later, we're not talking about the fucking point. It's got to be debate, right? We've got to fucking hammer the points home, so we have to act like a team and help each other do it. And it should be that way in all live streams. We should always act as a team and not hijack each other's fucking point and run off for 10 minutes talking.
Yeah, you should not hijack a point, definitely. If after that person's finished and you want to accentuate the point, add to the point, or in some other way support what he's saying, that's one thing. But just like, yeah, exactly. Make it 5 sentences and jump out. I mean, certain things like if you got
the conversation.
Yeah. Use your best judgment. You got to get in the flow, man. Trust your other mods. That's really what it is. There's got to be some level of trust. In and out like your first date.
Yay.
Sorry, guys. Just another point I wanted to bring up, which you might have moved on now, but just because you were talking about redoing the welcome and stuff, and this might just be an unwelcome suggestion. It was just a thought. But if we are redoing the welcome and stuff, I've seen it on some other servers where it's a bit more in depth and there's a bit more kind of emoji choices to make, and I was thinking, would it be a good idea to put in some kind of really introductory questions or multiple choice questions that make them think about the globe model before they come in and start just spouting off about it and dropping dinosaur memes and that? Is there any way we can engage people more right from the welcome, like with a few questions or a few points of interest? I mean, that's just a thought. I mean, we don't really need to go into it now.
I could activate one of the bots. Will send a message on server join that we could send them. It could actually be the welcome message, whatever that is.
Yeah, just where maybe multiple choice and they have to select emojis to answer what they thought, like how far away the sun is, and I don't know, just basic questions that can make them think, oh, maybe I actually don't know a lot about where I live. Maybe I should listen to what's going on here, type of thing. I mean, it's just a thought. But
Actually, that's actually a good idea. We could actually do that because on the other server we had that little emoji selection to get one role versus the other. I don't know if you remember that.
In a role, it could result in like if you get all the questions right, like a know the model role or like total introductory newbie or whatever. It could even just assert a role and give us an idea of how they answered in the questions if they were just choosing troll answers, stuff like that. I don't know. Is gravity a force?
We also had a type to agree thing that let them into the server, didn't we? Like
Yeah, exactly. But we could do it so that just to get them thinking in the right direction, instead of like, oh, I'm going to just join this flat Earth server real fast and spam the dinosaur meme, to actually get them thinking about, like you said, facts of their model, like what they think about. That would be just to get a lobby role in the first place. So they wouldn't even be able to enter the server without getting them into the right mindset.
Yeah, because straight away,
better mindset.
Sorry, Bambi, go on.
Yeah, and I was just going to say, Indio, I'm in a server where you've got to type agree, and then it actually makes you wait 10 minutes before you get in, which is supposed to weed out trolls. So people will decide like they won't wait that amount of time. Like we say, you'll be allowed into the server in a short period of time, but they don't know how long that time is, but it's really like 10 minutes. So like the trolls will usually give up by then and be like, oh, well, I'm not going to sit and wait 10 minutes. I just want to post a dinosaur meme and get out. And then
Yeah,
that, like, once
we can
that
do
10
that.
minutes is up, it lets them get into the server and it opens it up further for them. So, like, the people who are actually willing to stay and talk are going to be willing to wait that 10 minutes.
Yeah, I just think there's a good opportunity to engage people right from the bat as soon as they join with some, we've got so many good memes, we've got so many good points that that could instantly just make them go, oh wait, that's actually quite interesting, to get involved rather than just coming in and spamming nonsense. But yeah, it's just a thought.
Yeah, I mean, speaking just from experience, I think we've tried this 10-minute thing before in the past, and they are actually willing to wait those 10 minutes, the ones that are really desperate. So, but maybe implement that idea I had about the bot, sort of analysing their account age and factoring that in somehow as well.
The 10-minute thing. And I think the reason we got rid of it was because even these raids where you get 20 trolls that come in a 10-minute period, usually we get to, this is needle in the haystack work. You know what I'm saying? We're looking for a diamond in the rough because 20 people are going to come into troll and maybe you can get one to stay that ends up being curious. But if we never make that initial, if we don't, I guess we have to sift it ourselves. If we make an automatic time limit, those people that, they didn't know they were interested in flat earth until they got here and heard the information, they're never going to join in the first place. So, it's a double-edged sword. Yeah, it makes our life easier on one respect, but then we have to sift through 10 times the amount of people that actually wait the 10 minutes, till we get somebody that's going to be, actually interested in the topic. Because some of them, they're not interested in the topic at all, to be honest.
You've also got the occasions where somebody's new to Discord, somebody might be new to the subject, somebody may have just been converted, and then they don't really understand this 10-minute process or something like that.
Yeah.
And those genuinely keen and interested might potentially give up more than potentially a troll who knows exactly what their intention is at the end of those 10 minutes, if that makes sense.
Yeah, you're right. And now I think about it, if I remember right, we got rid of the 10 minutes when we started the live stream so that they could click the Discord link and come right into the live stream instead of, coming in, waiting 10 minutes and then joining, because the live stream was driving people into the voice chat channel.
Yeah, no, I agree. There's obviously some work to be done about some of those new accounts coming in, but I do think if we can engage them early on, even just with
I do like that idea. I do like that.
You could even start it with, say, according to the WGS84 globe model, and straight away the person's like, the what? The WGS84 globe model, what the hell is that? And then they start thinking about the globe in terms of a model, like how far away is the sun from Earth, and then you give them a bunch of the multiple choice, and then maybe a little kind of screed about how that was arrived at with the assumptions of Venus and all this kind of stuff. Straight away from a question, you can have someone who's actually engaging and thinking, wow, that's actually quite interesting. Maybe I'll see what these people have to say.
Also, on top of that, something I've noticed, especially when the Americans are asleep and it's early morning here in the UK, is that I'm tending to moderate with myself and a couple of others, like Wolfgang, is that if the lobby's fairly empty and it's left to the trolls alone, you might get 2 or 3 who will have their own conversation. Somebody new might come in, and then a troll will reply as if they are a flat earther or they've got something to say. And then the new person will listen to that, and we as a moderator need to step into that conversation and sort of guide them or correct them and say, no, don't listen to this person, listen to me. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, that is very annoying, and it happens all the time.
Yeah. We have to put them and check their roles, because we verify our...
Yeah, that's what I say to them. Check everyone's role, because if they've got a lobby role and they're telling you about Flat Earth, they're just taking the piss.
Yeah, I'm gonna add that. We'll add that too. And yeah, me and Jose call that WWF. They do like a fake debate. We got the fake flat earther versus the globe earther, and basically it's like a skit to make flat Earth look stupid. So they run that all the time. Essentially. Yeah, exactly. I love it when they're both wrong. You have a debate and both sides are wrong at the same time.
Another thing we can sort of look at is possibly to sort of stem the impact of trolls just arriving. Is maybe put the debate role back as one level further, so that we can still keep lobby as just troll containment, but people that actually want to debate can do it in peace and quiet, rather than just have all sorts of spam from the lobby role in the debate text. That's also an option, I guess.
Yeah, I suppose it's as big a task as correcting the entire education system and society itself at this point. So we've really all we can do is like plug the gaps and do as best we can. And I think overall everyone does a really good job of that. So I think it's probably worth highlighting that it is an insane task, and yeah, we'll figure it out.
Yeah, I mean, everyone knows that is troll containment. I mean, you know.
Look, and we're going to have to listen. And the fact is, we're going to have to change again. We're going to have to keep adjusting probably every 4 months, 5 months, 6 months. This is going to keep happening.
This is the battle.
Because they're going to adjust.
We got a lot of strong arguments coming up the pipeline, so I think that would help in mitigating the trolls as well, taking some of their arguments away from them, making things a little more simplistic for the common man.
Well, the trolls adjust. We adjust to what they adjusted to. Then they adjust, and this is going to continue probably for a very long time. So, you know, if you're not in it for the long haul, drink some coffee, take your vitamins, and get ready.
Yeah, this isn't no standard 7-6 star refraction, right? It's not static.
Yeah.
It's going to keep changing.
It's going to keep moving, man.
What R? They don't got no R.
So I think that's everything. You think that's everything, CJ? Jose?
Yeah, more or less.
There's one thing I did want to open up. I wanted to open up the mics because there's a lot of people here that never say anything, that might be a little shy or just think they don't want to bring up a topic because, you know, they just shy. Dude, that's for Zordiac. I'm going to point people out like Chris M, all you guys, Morvis. If you guys have anything you guys want to say about anything, any suggestions, ideas, Reverend, and like, you know, open up the mics, man. You guys are always the silent majority.
Reverend.
There's something I just thought about. I forgot. Can we
Not you, James.
Fuck off. Can we put the religious, biblical, and spiritual texts all together again? Because right now, biblical is up there, and
yeah, I think we moved that. I think we moved that for Easter and didn't move it back. Sorry. I remember.
Yeah, I moved it for Easter.
Thank you.
Should we rotate them so there's no obvious religious preference? We'll have on like a rotation schedule. Who's on top?
No, you're just saying up in the channel hierarchy.
Here, I'll fix it right now.
We just
Sorry,
moved that up.
Biblical Earth, you're getting moved down below Ladies' Night because ladies are more important than the Bible.
Word.
Priorities.
Just want to shout out FE Speculations as well. They're having really, really good conversations down in that speculations room. So I think everybody who's down there is really, really appreciating that. So that's a really good room we've got going at the moment. I know OJ appreciates it, and a few others that have been down in speculation. So yeah, that's a great room at the moment. Really is.
Yeah, I've seen people in there the last few days. Actually, we like so a few channels have like this change has like has made a few channels kind of like boom on their own. So hopefully the problem with it's been like when we tried to break the channels out is like the staying power. Like it works initially, but then everybody else ends up congregating in the live stream for whatever reason.
Well, I think that it's
Yeah, you totally cut out. It did work for a while. What ended up happening is the same clowns, Sanic, were all going in there under alts. Yeah, they would go in there with an alt and pretend to be flat Earth and tell the people stupid things. Or people would go in there and try to debate when it was supposed to be more like a civil, educational type of conversation. So yeah, so that ended up, they just like we change something and they always end up changing what they do to adjust to it. It's like why nobody goes in, like why you can't just jump in VC check-in. Oh, it's just so everybody's on the same page. Silver Flat Earth can give people check-ins. Now, of course, they can't change roles, but they can do the check-in. And if I think everybody should take it upon themselves, like to maybe if they see a silver, or maybe if they get asked to do a check-in, to try and get a silver to do it, because we want to up their skills. I feel like this is really my motivation. I want everybody, even down to the lowest silver, to be able to do what the best debater does. We want to we want our weakest link to be stronger than their strongest link. See what I'm saying? So if we give, but they have to be given the opportunity to practice. It's not easy to just go in and debate somebody verbally when you've never done it before, and you have to actually defend your opinions on the fly with somebody that's trying to be deceptive. You have to practice that. So one form of practice of detecting trolls and dishonesty is doing a check-in. So I think we should try and promote silver FE, not regular silver, doing some check-ins. And I've trained two. So I've trained one person on how to do a check-in. I suggest everybody take somebody under their wing and try to train them, because we have to grow this, right? Because we're outnumbered. If we can be right and win the argument and the truth, but at some point in time, the rubber has to meet the road, and we have to do something with it. Just having knowledge isn't important without implying it.
Yeah, I have with the new people that are coming in here, like the flat earthers that are actually learning in the classroom setting, and let's say they want to sharpen their skills, they could watch some more advanced debaters in the arena. Those who say, hey, I want to sit in there and hear kind of like what's going on between like these guys, and maybe they could sit there and hear how the teamwork is being done there to kind of smash on the gladiators that come in there. So I think they could benefit from that too. They can glean certain ideas of how they want to go about debating, and maybe learn a little bit there and come back to the first live stream. So I think that.
I think some of this ties. Some of this ties back to what we were saying earlier about having regular gold meetings, and I'm suggesting that maybe we should have the gold meetings halfway between our mod meetings, and then once we train the trainers to be trainers. Do you know what I mean?
It was supposed to be that. It was supposed to be that 2 weeks later.
It's interesting that you say that, because I was about to propose this. I think we should have a gold and silver meeting joint.
Yeah,
this is true, and I'll tell you why.
Suggestion.
I'll tell you why it's a good idea. Between silver and gold, I kind of knew that like meetings were going on, but ultimately like there was no leadership. Like in the sense of there was no leadership between golds. Like other than an admin like pinging golds, there was nothing for us to really do. No reason for us to congregate and say, okay, this is what we should be focused on. So that's a good idea.
Well, that might be something that I mean, you're now the newest gold translator to mod. I mean, maybe what we do is like that's one of the roles that the new mods sort of take on naturally, where they've just stepped up from gold. Everyone sort of, I mean. Yeah, I mean,
I think we could have either one. I think we could have one room or one document which all of us can post to, which we think is going to be useful in order to check people in. So even if everybody in this room right now just posts one thing which they think is valuable to check somebody in, and then you contribute that one item to this one room, which only the checker inners get to see, and they'll see our method and our comments on how we check people in, because we've all got different methods. But if they have the one room with it all spelt out ABC style, that'd be quite good as well.
Yeah, I mean, essentially what India was trying to say, and I agree with fully, like even the silvers should be able to effectively moderate at some stage. I mean, everyone should be able to do everyone else's job. We can't be specialized to the point where no one can do anyone else's job. So like a silver should be able to do check-in. A golds naturally should be able to act like mods, because I mean, obviously they're the selection pool for mods. I mean, what we're just trying to encourage is that we sharpen everyone's individual skills, like not only the stuff that they're good at, but anything that they're not good at, that also gets sort of built up,
Yeah.
That's true. You don't want them. You're not trying to be right or wrong. You're trying to read them. That is your only purpose.
So what do you guys think about having a new room just for silvers and golds, where we just can type in as moderators our ways of checking people in, and that can be the first thing that they read as a guideline before somebody takes them under the wing.
Yeah, I think it's a good idea to answer your question. I think it's a good idea to have the standards more clear for silver and golds. Like, I mean, maybe you don't want to like list out criteria necessarily, because then people might say, "Oh, I've met all these criteria. Give me my gold." But just like maybe just general, like what's expected. Like what you just said, I think was like a silver intro channel or document, and gold intro. I think that's great, because when I was going through those things, I had no idea what any of them meant, and I think people still don't. You're just kind of like, okay, now I'm this. Yeah, so I think it's a good idea.
Yeah, if I could just quickly ask. Oh.
We got that, Hilo. You said it 10 times. We're not debating flat Earth and check-in. Check. Next thing. That'd be cool. Yeah. We love your contributions, Helio. Wonderful. Just make them short.
Okay, so was there any other big points to get?
I just wanted to give a shout out to Zodiac, moderating the live stream. It's been brilliant, always bringing in new people to the conversation, making sure they're keeping an eye out for people that are joining the live stream and unmuting them and trying to get involved with conversations with the new people. That's a really good way to moderate, right? So I just wanted to pay you that compliment. You're probably not there, but I think it's something that we could all learn from.
Thanks. Yeah, I would echo that, and I would say for you as well, Jedi, you're always one who's bringing new people in and reaching out to the people who are just joining. I think that is important. You kind of got to do a bit of active being ready just to have a troll come through. But
yeah, guys, that should be our focus in live stream one. You know, like I've been there a lot of times where like a bunch of us that are like we've been here forever. We kind of get a little distracted with each other's conversations, and we focus on finishing our conversation when there's like 5 new people that just joined. And Zodiac's not rude about it. He'll just be like, "Hey, real quick, guys, do you mind if I check someone in real quick?" And you know, that's the way we should be going. You know, we should be focused on the mission statement for live stream one should be reach everyone that's coming in, like try to get through everyone because that's the whole purpose of it, right?
Yeah, this is a good time to chime in. I think that because this is what we're trying to do, the live stream, we should also stay away from incendiary topics for new people. Not that we're right or wrong. It's just when you come in with a certain perception, like, because some of these people are innocent and honestly ignorant. So if you say certain things, they may get the wrong idea. So what I'm saying is we don't need to be telling people that baby's blood is getting drank and, you know, all of this religious order stuff. That could be saved for the advanced talks, because that would definitely run some people away.
Yeah, spot on.
Yeah.
So what do you guys believe the Earth is flat? Jesus did it. It's not helping.
Yeah. Keep it to taking the globe model apart, using empirical evidence, and bringing in the people as often as possible. Well, when I check someone in, I like to verbally or put it in the text. Just say to everyone in the live stream, there's a new guy. Say hello. You have to say, let's start debating Earth. Just say, hey, what's up? How'd you find the server? What did you think of what you've seen?
Yeah, spot on. Any more for any more?
Yeah, anything else? I'm doing a sort of reverse order notes of agenda sort of. Obviously, you know, we didn't have. I mean, we just wanted to hash some stuff out with you guys. That we didn't follow a strict sort of.
I just wanted to kind of add something, CJ. That
yeah, please do.
With getting the Spartan tag, like with the Flat Earth, like it's totally voluntary. You don't have to be going in there, you know, as a moderator and want to debate. Like it's just, you know, this it's for those who are like wanting to do this, and it's totally voluntary. So anybody can want to do it. So, but yeah, it's, you know, we want everybody that goes there to kind of know that that's how we're doing it. It's like if you want to do it, then go for it by all means, join in. But if you feel like you're not ready right now to jump in on a debate like that, then, you know, you don't have to. It's not something that you're forced to do. Nobody's getting put in that category that you got to, once you go in there, you got to debate. Like there's only people that, you know, are willing to take that on, and, you know, there's a lot of people in here that, you know, want to take that on. So.
Miggy, question for you. Can me and you have a conversation just about like permissions for that room? Because I did do them at first, but I think I didn't do all of them because things might have changed. So I just want to rerun the permissions and make sure they're exactly how you need them to be, because they might not be perfect, man. Actually, they need a little tweaking. So, yeah.
Yep.
I realized you guys need to do self-promotion of each other. You know, like self-promotion back and forth. That way, like it sends people both directions. You know.
Yeah, we're probably gonna talk about that. So.
Yeah, real quick for so I don't know about anybody else, but my feeling when I heard of the Spartan thing, I kind of was like, do I really want to commit to that? Not really. And then yesterday I kind of just felt it and I kind of jumped in, so, and I realized the need for it because as we were debating down there, a lot of new good people, sorry, stupid bus, a lot of new good people were entering the live stream while the arena was running. So I was like, makes total sense. So I realized that it's also up to me to choose because I can't be greedy and say, oh, well, I want to be in the live stream. Sometimes I'm going to have to captivate the Globers while you guys talk to the new people that are coming in and vice versa. It's a responsibility that we should be proud to take on.
And without sounding too conceited, I think we should sort of gather our thoughts and congratulate ourselves on what we've achieved so far and what we've built up and the teamwork and camaraderie we've all got together.
Yeah,
we work well together. We work well
done,
together.
guys.
We work very well together.
It's good effort.
Yeah, I don't think we give ourselves enough appreciation. So that's a really good point. We've done fantastically well. We really have, guys. I think we should appreciate that.
Can we have a pre-scheduled 1 minute of patting ourselves on the back?
Yeah, could we do that right now?
Followed by another minute for the globe. The silence.
Yeah.
I'm trying to suck myself off as we speak.
You can have 2 minutes of myself.
Well earned, Jedi.
Yeah, man. Props to everybody, man. I look up to a lot of you guys. You guys are fucking awesome.
Yeah, you guys are like another family, so
yeah, man.
Peace and respect.
Definitely.
Also, guys, don't be afraid to share new ideas. Like, even if you don't have to wait for a mod meeting, man. If you see some room for improvement, or you see something else we could maybe do a little different, just message some of us and we'll have it ready. So for the next meetings, we could propose ideas and stuff like that. Be a little bit more creative, guys. Don't feel like everything's stagnant here.
Yeah, it's all about pushing the message in the most positive way and how to engage. And CJ mentioned it earlier. It's about engaging on the social media side as well as on the server. So, I mean, my point about the welcome kind of quiz, if anyone wants to work on that and give me a shout, I can help on that. So. So once the Coliseum, cool. So once the Coliseum takes off, we'll have Women's Night on Friday and then Saturday Night Fights in the Coliseum, hosted by Miggy. All the Gem Panda games.
So they're going to be 24/7 in there, so it's going to be an ongoing Friday Night Fight. So
yeah, it's going to be every day Black Friday.
Yeah,
every
it's
day
going
Black
to be
Friday.
daily.
Good stuff.
It's going to be daily. It'll be daily.
Excellent. Because that's a good extra vehicle. I think a lot of people were attracted. Remember, some of the FE initiative stuff was so good.
Sure.
I still think about the. Remember the paper where they were talking? I can't remember what the institution were, but their acronym was PENIS or something. I mean, that's gold. So yeah.
I mean, ultimately, that format is still good. I mean, we still need that FE initiative format because that's got its own, that's its own demographic in itself. I mean, that's not stopping us looking at that sort of stuff as well. I mean, the more streams and the more unique content, we've got enough content. We could probably have like 4 live streams running out of 24/7. I mean, you could have one, if someone stepped up and did a religious live stream to share between, whoever wants to do their religious stuff. I mean, that also in itself would be, that would also be full of content. I mean, we
lemon burn on the pulpit.
If no one does it by the time I get a computer, I I might want to do an FE speculation live stream if I get a computer before no one else does it. Then
no, you're more than welcome to, man.
OJ, that'd be awesome, man.
Yeah, we can collab as people that are actually starting things here in the Discord and help each other.
We could also do like a variety. Like we could have like a show, but like every week, like 1 week biblical, 1 week something else or speculations 1 week, because it's quite the commitment, as Miggy saw, to do something every week and be committed to do it. You know what I mean? Yeah. So that way people could do, like, if they only have enough material to do like maybe 1 or 2 episodes, they're not like, I don't want to do it because I can't do it for like a year or something, or make that type of commitment, so I'm just not going to do it at all. That way people can just come up with an idea and do just one presentation, or 2 or 3 or 4, however many they want to do, but it doesn't have to be an ongoing thing.
But I mean that angle should definitely be covered. That's we've got to highlight. I mean, FE covers so many different topics and aspects. I mean, what someone was saying earlier on about like the SRA and stuff like that with Becky and the ritual abuse and stuff. I mean, that stuff still has to be covered at some stage, but it's just not, it's just not live stream one topic. I mean, there's definitely, it's such that, there's so many far-reaching implications to this whole setup. I mean, we're not exhausted for topics. I mean, there's the religious aspect to FE, there's the science aspect to FE, there's the education aspect to it, there's the fake history. Yeah, I mean,
propaganda.
Propaganda. I mean, it's like, we should. Yeah, I mean, the more of these things that we can cover, the better. I mean, each of them is a rich enough topic in itself. Like, anyway, yeah, whatever.
One more thing, because there are a lot of people that come into the server, and they'll say, "Oh, I really wanted to talk about this, but since no one's talking about it, I'm out." And they could genuinely be a flat earther, but they just don't want to talk about flat earth. So, yeah, if we build a place where different people have a place to go, and it's all funneled to this same server, and all of the views come to this one community, and we're expanding the community, it all works. So,
Can I, before we keep going, I had something from like a couple times ago. I don't know if there's any.
Very much so. I was just saying, everything that we're doing with the social media and all the YouTube and everything else funnels back to this Discord. This Discord is the center to it all. But that doesn't mean that we don't promote it or we don't expand it through other means. You're 100% right. The Discord itself is the focus. And I mean, sure, we've got some other, backups that we're working on just in case we lose Discord, that we've got at least another regrouping or whatever. But the focus is, it's not to distract, it's not to divert attention away from each individual channel. It's to funnel people into this Discord. That is the ultimate.
Yeah, the same goes with if anybody tags anybody out there as a big name Globe Earth proponent, and you want to throw them in the arena. I mean, you can do it anytime you want. Just bring them in there. I'm pretty sure people that are with the Spartan tag are ready to take them down. So we're going to have that avenue as well, like the Professor Daves and McToons and all that. Like all these people that are tearing down Flat Earth day by day with their videos and all that. So,
Biggie, sorry, when you're live streaming, does the text stream come up as well, like it does with Helios?
yeah, I have it set up that the arena text is actually showing at the same time. So
Awesome stuff. So, trying everybody to keep the amount of shit posting down to a minimum whilst we're like doing that. Otherwise, it just makes it like a complete shit show. So, pictures of dogs and horses and cars and bollocks. No, it's right, buddy. You're fine. I was just saying, we don't need to be shit posting as much as we always do seem to be in the live stream.
yeah.
Yeah. I understand people can post crazy shit, but just try and keep it down to minimum, especially to like the new, like the gladiators on their side, if they're just posting shit. Like, for example, Jen Panda was in yesterday, yeah, and he left, but he was still texting in the text room for a good hour later and wouldn't rejoin the VC. So that shouldn't happen as far as I'm concerned. You should be in the arena to type in the text. You can't be in the text and not in the fucking arena, especially if you've just been destroyed. So that shouldn't happen.
Eddie just got destroyed.
Got fucking destroyed, man. Fucking hell.
It follows the same rules as your live stream. So yeah, your live stream works the same way, right? Like, so if you have somebody that's not in the voice channel and they're putting in the text, you kind of tell them, hey, you're not in the voice channel. So this is reserved for the people in the voice. I mean, that's basically how we. Oh, okay. Yeah.
Mary Mom, go now.
Yeah, Mary Mom, go now, quick.
Okay, I better do it quick. That's right. No, I just wanted to say, because when Wolfgang brought up a while back, he said, "Oh, are you going to do Saturday night fights or Friday night ladies' night, Saturday night fights?" And then you guys said the arena was always going, and I feel like you guys said we could decide, the ladies, but I feel like it needs to be decided now how we're doing this, because otherwise it'll just be a controversy when the time draws near. So in my mind, and we kind of discussed it behind the scenes there in the DMs, we don't really want to bring the ladies' night to the arena because of the whole permissions issue, and the leaving some people out of it. Although we did say, actually, well, maybe we should discuss it more, because I know we did say we could. It's not that we couldn't handle the Gem Pandas of the world, or the Koshas of the world. It's just that it excludes other people, like the younger people that do often come. We have younger boys and girls that have come that are probably under 18, and that channel, you have to say that you're 18 to get in there. So I feel like actually taking it to the other room maybe isn't the best idea. But I do think you guys said, well, maybe we could shut it down for a couple hours for ladies' night so that people aren't going there instead of supporting ladies' night. So
It does sort of feel like it's like a take it outside sort of room, you know what I mean? And it's like, is it like you want to go outside and fight, or it's like people come here, it's a little bit more pressure when it's like one-on-one debate, and some people don't come here quite for that, but it would be interesting, I guess. I like to see how the arena has played out so far. Has anybody been into the room lately? I've been there a couple times, but how was it?
Yeah, it's been great.
It
But
pretty good yesterday.
I'm just gonna get back to Mary Mom's point real quick. Yeah, so whatever you want to do, Mary Mom. If you want to turn down the arena, it's up to you guys. So the girls' night will be handled however you guys deem it necessary. I'm here to support you guys. So Whatever you want
I'm
to do.
sorry that my prelude was so long that I never even got to the main point, which would be my suggestion. Then people could say whether they agree with it or not. I think we should
I'm
have
with whatever you decide. Whatever you decide. So
Me too.
that's how I feel.
Cool. I just wondered if you guys wanted to take on those people. I don't care if you go in there, Mary Mom.
She said, I haven't finished my point.
Up to you.
Finish your point, Mary.
My proposal is that we have ladies' night for the first 2 hours from 5 to 7 Eastern time. We don't have the arena open during that time. Then I think on Friday night you could even call it. Now we're starting Friday night fights, and I don't know how you're envisioning that, if you want to actually make it an event or not. But originally when we discussed it, we said, well, maybe it would be kind of a cool thing. It's like, oh, you know, guys are kind of revving up for 2 hours. Ladies are taking over, and then they're unleashed, because they are. We've noticed this before. Like when we unleash them on the live stream, people are like extra aggressive and assertive, so we can release them into the arena. So I actually think it would improve the quality to have a time where it's not open, it's being prepared for this, you know, I think should be an event, but that's up to you guys. But we'll do our event from 5 to 7. Then if people want to even continue, because actually ladies want it to go longer, like we've been going 3 hours. Last time we went 4 hours because we were kind of on a roll, but like people can, like ladies night can kind of unofficially continue in the live stream. And some people might want to or have to stay there because of their age or whatever, and then other people can go into the arena. So what do you think?
Well, we could just give them the role so they can go up there and participate in ladies' night, and then give the staunch clubbers back the arena low and restrict them if that's what you want.
Okay, yeah, I mean, we're dying for people. Yeah, if we have no one and we like just we really need to talk to Zanuck, then I'll just leave and you guys can talk to Zanuck. I mean, I have no interest in talking to Zanuck whatsoever. I'd talk to Jem Panda, though.
That was my point from earlier, Mary. So yeah, that was the second point. It's a great way for holding the ladies' night, and then using that again as another advertisement for other events that we've got going on. So ladies' night could spill over into an arena fight, like you said. We are sitting around for 2 hours with our engines revved, waiting to smack somebody around the fact that they haven't got a spinning ball to deal with. So yeah, it could work hand in hand. I think it could work really well. Actually, that's a good point, Mary.
Yeah, I think I just wanted to say Mary's point about the ladies' night ending and handing it over to the arena is amazing, because after the ladies' night, we almost every time without a fail, the aggression that comes from these men who have been shushed for so long is insane. And I understand the pent up anger. You know, they've been hearing all these debates and wanting to chip in and not able to. I understand it, but I think if we were to end it sort of, and anybody who wants to jump in and have that aggressive argument can go to the arena with it. And like Mary said, we continue it ladies' night for maybe another hour or so with the people who wanted to stay and have a calm discussion. So therefore, like Jedi said, it can promote the arena as well as ladies' night, and they sort of support each other. But we shut down the arena while ladies' night is on, so the attention goes there for the time being.
It shall be done.
I see nothing wrong with that, because if arena is going to be like a 24-hour thing anyway, so why not, kind of just shut it down for a couple of hours, right? And then get people hyped for ladies' night. And then, like you said, like Bambi said, yeah, there is this kind of like, we've been in the corner waiting for this to end, and now we're like, get them.
Closing it out and releasing the pressure, yeah.
I wanted to ask something, but I think Jedi wanted to come in with his point that you remembered from earlier, if you wanted to do that.
That was it. Mary Mum reminded me of it, mate, and that was, what Mary Mum said echoed my point of advertising, the arena from ladies' night and shutting it down, and then because we're all revved up, then it might make the arena explode into life. So yeah, that was pretty much it, buddy.
Cool. I didn't have anything I wanted to.
Can I make a quick point? It's just real quick. So the problem we have with it too is promotion, right? That's one of the biggest problems. I think Indio and the other admins will agree with this. I think we should give Mary Mom and maybe Bambi announcement permissions, so they can, like, when they have their messages ready, they don't have to be messaging us or looking for one of us. They can just post it right, and tag everyone. And it should also, I think Miggy should also have that. So for the
yeah, I mean, it's just I'm always under the opinion that I'd rather have an account that I know than 1,000 alts that I don't know who it is. So
yeah.
And I mean, we achieve our objective by having the sort of separate gladiator role where they only have access to that. So it kills all the birds with one stone. I mean, we totally destroy the echo chamber argument. We're not being unfair. We're not excluding anyone. If they want to be here, then they can be here. But they just have to accept a certain role to be here. It's not like, I don't know. I mean, that's my.
Is anybody opposed to unbanning Kuni?
Well, he's 15. He's 15 for the last 5 years, so it has to be 18 plus. That's
yeah.
what Jose
We're gonna
said,
make
so.
it. We need to see his ID. Okay. So.
I always forget that he says he's 15.
Oh, wait, on the shelf.
That's the thing. People are like, "Oh, I gotta go to the arena. I'm gonna beat the shit out." No, you're arguing with a brick wall, and
It's mainly for the audience. Yeah, that's so the audience can see how cognizant these guys are, and they can actually say, man, I can't believe I think of the globe that way. Like it makes them think.
You're never gonna get a concession out of Connie or Zanuck or Kosho or any of these people. They're not there to actually have a true, honest debate, concede the points. They're not. All right.
we expose them. We expose their dishonest tactics. That's what we're gonna do.
Yeah, and their sophistry. Make their tactics visible. Like.
Actually, they're wasting their time. They're wasting their time. We actually have a purpose for interacting with them, whereas they don't.
Right.
Yeah, they're gonna bleed into each other. I'm pretty sure. And I think you and Miggy should do some sort of cross promotion. Like, if the 24/7 live stream's too vanilla for you, go over into the arena. 18 plus. Cover your ears. Hide the children.
Hide the kids.
Or both. It could be on both. You know what I'm saying?
Hey, appreciate it, man.
Hey, you got to.
Oh, cool. It let you do that? It let you do that? Okay. Yeah, I got it.
Oh, and I think it's good to I have a thinking brain, and at the same time, I'm an idiot. So maybe we should kind of tell people how to locate certain points of the live stream, because for whatever reason, I couldn't put two and two together, but this is how you do it. So say like you're having a really good conversation, and also like, people are posting in the live stream. Well, that's exactly how you know what time something happened where. So if you were talking at 4:45, you just go back to the live stream, look at when they were typing 4:45, and there it is. I'm just pointing out that that's something that I didn't know until literally like last week.
Can I add to that, Helio, real quick? To what Helio's saying, that goes on with what Indio does, right? Indio likes to do little clips from the YouTube live stream. So the problem is that me, Indio, or all of us are kind of focused on it, aren't on the live stream all the time. So it'd be very nice if you guys have it in the back of your mind when you see a very good conversation, something that you know is a good red pill, and it was a very fluid conversation, and it's like about, the time limit doesn't really matter because we can always cut it in parts. But take note of that time. Timestamp it, get the name of the episode, and send a message to me, Indio, CJ, anybody of one of us, because we're always looking for new little clips to add to the iTunes and Spotify.
It could be 5 minutes long. It could be 5 minutes long on one topic. Let's say someone asked about the Coriolis effect, and someone just gives such a fluid, crazy good answer to debunk it that you're just like, holy moly, man, that dude just knocked it out the park. That's all I need. I only need 5 minutes. I don't need a whole thing. It doesn't have to be continuous. It doesn't have to be a whole episode. I'm looking at anything from 5 to 15 minutes.
Dude, I refuted all the Globe arguments in like 10 minutes.
Checkmate.
Have you guys heard that one, man? This girl came in, dude. This girl came in like with all the top 10 proofs, and I literally went through all of them in 10 minutes, and I gave that to India.
Yeah.
Scott, when I was having that conversation with Scott, asking him how the mass of gas leaves the surface of Earth in the first place, he had to concede, well, if you're thinking about it like that, then that was a good moment as well. Like, short that with prominent Globers kind of have to concede that what you're saying makes sense. Yeah, because they were trying to lie about those moments in real time.
Eating. Were you on this server when that happened? Because that doesn't happen here.
No, yeah, you guys were around when I was talking to Scott the other day. So
you said Glober concede. He actually conceded? Point?
well, he said that if my point was what it was, which it is, then you couldn't really, gravity is not effective. So it's just another way of saying, gravity doesn't defeat the second law of thermodynamics, but that argument can kind of get really, wonky. Yeah. And he was reading. Yeah, that was good. Yeah. That was amazing, that little read there. I like that. We should have, because I was also saying well, not me. Someone else had the idea, and I thought it was a good idea that we started a book club. You know, so him reading right there, that was really interesting.
Well, that was actually interesting because was that happening at the same time that Miggy was doing some reading from Samuel
Yeah,
Robotham?
I was
that
gonna
this
say.
morning?
It's funny they brought that up at 8 o'clock this morning. We were listening to Miggy read Robotham, Samuel Robotham down here in the arena, and I was posting all the. He was like, it's got all these diagrams in it while he was reading the book, and I was just listening, so I just started popping them in there, and then he was like, oh yeah, look, Mike's with me, all right. And he just started getting into
I woke up to that. It was pretty good.
he started getting into it, and it was a good thing. I mean, I was in the office at work, and all the secretaries were like, I want that book. So I literally told them, order it on the business account, and I'll pay for it for every one of you if you read it and check out Flat Earth.
That's pretty dope.
No, he was reading quite perfectly and seamlessly. That was good reading, yeah.
I used to read it on the live stream when it was dead in the early days, but nobody knows that because nobody listened back then. There was no. We had like what, 2 people on the stream?
Hey.
Yeah, we used to do that too. We would invite the bot.
Yeah, rhythm.
Yeah, we'd invite. I'd go to the bot, and then I would like have it play like some YouTube videos, like Eric Dubay or whatever, to kill the dead air. Now we don't have that problem. Now there's almost never dead air. Yeah. Yeah, listen, if there ever is dead air, man, just like, I don't know, man, find just monologue if you want. You know what I mean? Now you have like, get it on the record, read a book, read some interesting thing like non-rotating flat earth model, or because I used to read that sometimes into the stream. Just some like, sometimes people want something other than debate or talk. They want, it'd be nice just to hear like a continuous stream of information.
Yeah, information. Dude, listening to Miggy, I wanted to buy him a couple books. I thought that could be a daily thing. Miggy's pretty good at he's got a voice for reading a book, for like the audiobook voice, calm, consistent. You got to have a consistent voice for the audiobook. Can't be all squeaky high and then.
Well, it depends on what you're reading. Helio would be like good for like using like fiction, like the radio programs, because you got that booming voice that
that UFO type of voice, right?
Exactly. War of the Worlds.
Emphasis on stuff if you need to. I think 1984. That's what I thought. I thought I should send Miggy a copy of that. I got George Orwell, 1984. Just read that on the air.
Yeah. Then everyone runs out of their house thinking that there's an alien invasion.
Exactly. I was thinking we could come up with like a news broadcast, like Helio. You could pretend to be like a news broadcaster, and like as if like they're saying Earth is flat, like it came out, and all. You know what I mean? Like a hypothetical.
Do your best, Paul Harvey, man.
Well,
this is Paul Harvey with the rest of the story. Today,
Today's weather. perfect skies, great for long distance observation, flat earthers.
In today's news, the rest of the story. Aliens are coming down from space to probe your ass. Run and fucking hide.
Oh,
That wasn't a spoof. I think that was legit. Like they put that out
Dude,
from NASA.
I got some of them. I told you about them newspapers I put up. I got some 1930s newspapers and shit. You'd be surprised the articles in there. I gotta scan them.
You guys, you guys know we're doing something right when you leave the live stream unattended without mods. I just went and hopped in there, and it's fucking great. Like they got it, dude.
Sometimes,
Yeah, they got it.
Sometimes it's better that way, bro, because you take all the tension out when you take all the mods that got personal issues and agendas and stuff, you know?
Oh yeah, I remember having some great live stream when you guys were having your 3 to 4 hour mod meetings. Yeah, we were having a fabulous time.
We all get caught up.
Wow.
I'm not saying that. I just have to tease you once in a while, that's all.
No,
I got it in for today already.
We're all human, man. We all get caught up in our little personal ideals and our own mood swings.
I certainly do the same. Oh yes, mood swings, Michael. Do you want me to tell you all about those?
I don't know. Are we talking about menopausal mood swings? Because I'm already hip and I don't need an education on those.
Just the garden variety. Just the garden variety.
Put the frying pan down, mama.
Oh, but I didn't get to tell you. Remember the cat? You've been following the story of the cat who snuck out that one night, got pregnant. She had her babies yesterday. She had 4 little kittens. She was so freaked out at first, but she
I got 2
First
right
litter.
there in my room, but you don't hear them too often.
My boys were
There's-
so excited. It was so cute. I wish I could have had it on video, but of course I never knew when the moment was coming. When they came back to tell me, kitten's been born, kitten's been born. They were so excited. It's a great thing for kids to witness.
You know, it's a funny thing. I got a feral cat in my room who acts like she was grown a house cat with her kittens, right? And my pit gets up on the love seat and sits next to me. And the mama will get tired of the kittens, get them out the box and put them on the dog and go play.
And the dog, well.
Yeah, because every time I try to touch the kitties and pet him, he shows me his tooth and shit, gives me a little grunt. Like, my cat's dead, don't touch him. I'm like, the 2 of them, they're assholes. They work together to not let me love on the kitties.
Yeah, just the last. Sorry, just to say, just the last call. Any other business before the recording stops?
Oh yeah, Battlemod's an asshole, man.
Yeah, I know that. We all know that. We all know that.
Well, I
No
just
news
had to
there.
get it out there, damn it. I got an agenda here. That son of a bitch is
I got an agenda here.
Yeah, well, to be honest, if you're not a bunch of arseholes, you're wankers. So that's basically our team. Yeah. Either you're an arsehole or a wanker.
I don't know which is worse. I'm still unclear on
Being both at the same time is worse.
You're worse.
Yeah, well,
I'm
both.
That's what I was
so
going to say. Can I be a sick cunt and be both of them?
To be honest, CJ, it's good to hear you too, man. I don't hear you much, so it's good to hear your voice every once in a while. It's pretty
Yeah, I
dope,
just don't do live streams, dude.
No, I get it. I get it.
But yeah, I mean, I obviously try to be as active as possible. You know.
Yeah, brother.
Do whatever I can do.
Thanks for what you do too.
Yeah, no worries, man. You'll
From the depths of hell and the tunnels of Cogdis to the admin room. And fame.
Yeah, I mean, you know.
One thing, the book club is going to be implemented. So tomorrow morning sometime I'm going to you'll see some of the channels change, how things are arranged, move around. So don't be alarmed. Jen L wanted to start at like a Flat Earth book club. I don't know what it entails. It's her gig. I have no idea. Mary Mom, do you have any clues?
Can we start with the bridges over Madison County?
That was Jen's idea, was to have a Flat Earth book club and have like an event maybe once a week. Nice if it was maybe live streamed. I don't know.
Like a flat Earth reading rainbow.
Book. Yeah, exactly.
50 Shades of Grey. I'm down.
Anyway, we were discussing Flat Earth book club, but that might bring people to the Flat Earth.
Wait. There's one rule: you don't talk about Flat Earth book club.
That's right.
I do kind of like the idea of breaking.
By saying that, that'd be cool.
I do kind of like the idea of breaking out like Flat Earth books and like old literature that talks about Flat Earth, because a lot of people the new people, they come in with like, well, why do you guys think it's flat? Like nobody thinks it's flat. And it's like a lot of people don't know the history of all the ancient civilizations and all the books that have been written in the past about Flat Earth. So I think that's a good idea. Like when I woke up to Biggie reading Samuel Robotham, like I knew what he was talking about. I knew what he was reading from, but I'm sure a lot of people be like, "What the hell is he saying? Where is he getting that from?" Because I heard he was describing the Bedford Levels test, and I was like, "Wow, that's pretty cool."
That's really
I think that's something we should do a lot more of. Yeah.
When there's dead air, I think it's a great idea. Like, because I did that a couple times last summer, and people were really into it. Even Kosha was into it. He was listening to me read that Henry book. I was reading that Henry book, and Kosha was hanging around.
Yeah, that's a good book. What is it? The Greatest Lie Ever Told. I just want to mention, because I feel like at this point in time, we're probably going to start seeing, if not have already seen, like propaganda, like that Flat Earth books, that are kind of like bogus. And so I think it would be nice to have a list of ones that we could kind of depend on for like reliable information.
Yeah. Yeah.
Good idea.
I agree with that.
Yeah, most of them have probably been burned, so that's probably why there isn't as many as there should be.
Jen wanted to do a poll.
Not joking.
I believe you, India.
Well, so the Mayans are flat earthers, and they burnt something like 300,000 of their books. So
Right.
They're probably all gone.
Well, it's just the truth, man. They got rid of all prior knowledge every time they took over society.
Yep.
Come on, listen.
The Chinese erased history.
It's like white men said they discovered penicillin. Come on, no, they didn't.
Whenever a new emperor would reign, the Chinese would erase all of their history. So history would start with them.
Man, that's crazy.
It's a way to get rid of the old allegiances. Yeah, so I think that's everything.
Are you sure?
I know we're forgetting something. The meeting's going to end, and I'm like, ugh.
I have one question about like the Spartan tags. Like, so like if does any flat earther that wants to go into the arena, like if they just ask for a Spartan tag, like does a flat earther need a Spartan tag to go into the arena? Is that how that works? Or
I think that's how it's going to work. I think you're going to need the tag to get in there.
Yeah, you're going to need a tag.
For the text channel, but the VC channel, we're going to have to manage that role. Yeah.
I thought we were trying to make it more for the staunch Clovers, but that's what I was going to cover. Can you guys?
I'm confused about the permissions because Miggy did switch them around a little bit. At first, he said everyone could come in, but only the only role that mattered was the gladiator role. So I just fixed perms for that one, and I made it exactly like So right now, the arena is like the live stream. The only difference is that it has a gladiator role, and only they can go to that room. So it's literally a copy of the live stream. The only difference is VC check-in and listening pass can't join it at all. That's it. But it's Flat Earth, Globe Earth, all the people can join. You might want to change that terms today. I'm gonna get on a call and I'll read out a message to kind of tell everybody how it went down. Who can join there. I'll make sure to leave a message about that.
And that's what I was gonna say. Can you guys just put out a message that says, well, this is how it's set up for now, but we'll get back with you. Because everybody was asking about the rules. So just let them know that it's a work in progress. Those are the rules. And then you'll post the permanent rules, which will still be a work in progress, because I know you guys want to do rules for conducting both. And I've seen a lot of people asking about those.
It should be, initially, it should be the most restrictive, and then we can add to that as we go along. We should make it, you got to have the tag to get into these two channels. If you don't have it, you're not getting in. And then, depending on how that works, we can add roles as we go along. Now we want to add gold, or now we want to add silver.
Yeah, but a lot of mods. Yeah, that's what everybody's asking about.
Hold on, I don't think we're going to let people write in from BC check-in. I don't think that's a good idea.
No, they have to
people might want to come in there just to swear at people. So, I think that, I don't know, we got to work that out, because they're going to work around it.
That's what I want to post. It says you guys are working on the rules, because they all want to know the formatted rules now, bro. That's all I'm saying. You got to tell them at mod, hey, we're going to work these rules out, and we'll post them and tell them just try to work it however you're going to work it. Or however Miggy does, because Miggy, like Jose said, he's got an ideal in his mind for what he wants to do. So they're just not written in stone. Yeah, they're not written in stone yet. But it's to alleviate. We're trying to get the most aggressive, staunch people out of live stream so you can have the comfortable environment you want to teach newcomers in.
Yeah. Well, this is the problem I'm thinking about, right? So someone comes in, VC check-in. We don't know who they are, but they're a hyper-aggressive glober. Do we just send them into the arena? Do we cog diss them? Do we how are we going to deal with that? Because if they want to come into the arena, right, and they talk amongst themselves and they find out, oh, just go into the live stream and act up, and they'll just send you into the arena. So, we have to resolve that problem.
Well,
I think if you send them straight to the arena,
send them to the arena first, and then we'll cog diss them or ban them from there, bro. That's all good.
What's up, bro?
I said, I think if you send them straight to the arena, isn't that what it's for? You'll find out who they are and what they know pretty quick, though.
Yeah, but I don't know if we want to contaminate them with a bad attitude. Yeah, so what if their first impression of their server is 3 people screaming at each other in the arena, and then they prove to be newbies, right? And so we got to move them into the live stream, and they take that vibration back to them in the live stream,
right?
And they continue that attitude,
right? Because if they come in with into the arena with if Earth is not flat, why is the moon not flat? Shit like that. You know what I'm saying? You don't want that in the arena, man. You go up to live stream with that.
We're talking about they come down into arena where BattleMod and Jedi are bitching out Gem Panda and Zanik, and then they take that hostility back into the live stream. That's what we're talking about. Because it's going to be allowed to be a little more heated down there.
Maybe we'll make a gladiator listening pass. Maybe we'll do that.
Yeah, that was one of Coliseum listening pass. Glad Mickey was saying Coliseum would be a listening pass, and a Gladiator would be I'm ready on the staunch. I'm a staunch Clover. Yeah, Coliseum.
The Gladiator listening pass. Isn't that basically what I said, but with extra
Yeah,
steps?
yeah. But
Okay, I just want to clarify that.
Yeah, okay, but good morning.
That's exactly what I just said, just more specific. I appreciate that, guys.
Yeah, that's.
Like
I'm
shitting
just.
my idea and then adding to it and then
No, I'm not adding to it. I'm telling you, Miggy already had that idea. He called it the listening pass.
No, I thought your idea was to send them from check-in straight into the arena with the ability to speak. I don't think we want that.
What I'm saying is, if they come in hot-headed, I mean, at least, and who are we to coddle them? Like, if they're coming in hot-headed,
good point.
Make them butt heads with somebody else hot-headed, like Battlemod over there. Like, like who the fuck are we to coddle them?
Okay, good point, man. That's right, man. Throw them into the teeth of the lion, man.
Yeah, I kind of get that. Like, if you feel you're ready to step in and you want to be thrown in an arena, like, go ahead. That's on you.
Yeah, exactly.
So it'll be up to the person doing the check-in to say whether or not they. I think if everybody understands the point of it, that we're trying to get the staunch, long time, never going to conform Globers who are aggressive and want to debate, separated from the people we might be able to reach and our new time learners. If everybody understands that part, then it won't be hard for them to separate, well, I should send this guy to the arena and this guy should send the live stream.
I don't know, but I'm really looking forward to just sending the first Glober without his sword and his fucking shield in there and be like, here, have fun, bro.
Yeah, I think for right now, we should initially we should populate it with people we know, right? The long-term people that have been on this server. The ones that still think, that there be no horizon on a flat Earth, but they've been around for 5 years. So those people, I think, should go there first. Because
that's what I've been doing for test runs, bro, is when I've seen people who I know do the same bullshit nonstop. I'll jerk them down there and see if. Well,
so we could run that for a few days and see how that works out, and then just keep adjusting it on the fly. Because here's another problem. Yeah, so here's another problem. If you let some newbie into the arena and they can post images, they could in Miggy's stream is showing those images. He could get the stream struck because they posted porn or something.
Yeah.
Right.
It's so sad that we have to cover all these little nuances of bullshit that they might try. It's so disgusting.
It's going to take a way to set up all the rules, bro. But Mickey, listen, I thought we were bringing back banning a lot of the Gem Panda.
Yeah, we are.
Okay, so we're going to fill it up with them, and then
yes, exactly.
We'll have to get the other mods on point with what we're actually trying to do with this.
Yeah, the initial thing is we're gonna take all whoever, right? So I can think of some people. We're gonna take them. We're gonna unban them, give them the role that restricts them to the arena, and just leave them be. See how that goes for a while, and then adjust it accordingly.
Right, and as far as Cunny goes, I don't really care about his age. You could send his little punk ass down there. He shrugs it off anyway, bro.
No, he has to stay banned for another couple of months at least.
That's up to you all, but I'm just saying when and if he gets here, I wouldn't mind him being down there because the kid.
I'm just saying out of principle.
Yeah, the kid can take it, but he dishes it out too. So I wouldn't call him an infant.
So someone's gonna have to go tell these clowns that they've been on banned. I'm gonna start a channel with the shill on banned lists, so we know who to inform.
Yeah, Miggy was gonna do all that.
So whoever's over basically in Gem Panda server.
Yeah.
Oh, you.
Yeah, that's fine.
Oh yeah. Yeah, we already talked to you.
Well, don't give anybody the finer details of our plot. Just
Right.
I'll tell you what I am going to do, though. I'm going to get Conspiracy Cats in here and crush his skull with some PNS waves.
Do it.
I'm gonna permeate a P wave to his ass, to his head.
Hold on, but one exception to all this, unless you guys don't agree. Fokker, fuck that guy under any circumstances.
Yes, fuck that guy.
Come on, he deserves the arena.
And
he deserves the arena. The arena.
Yeah, no fucker pudding. no fuck. Pudding Mars and Fokker. Dude, Fokker's got 30 fucking accounts on my shit. I'm tired of Fokker.
He's also got like 30 professions. He's actually got as many professions as Xanax.
I know. Hey, Fokker DM'd me every day for the last 2 years, bro. Every day. I wake up to a message from him every day, and I'm like, "Good morning, Fokker." I'm like,
You didn't send him a one of those desist letters. Yeah, I mean, yeah, that's what I was thinking. But I was like,
man, I was ready to tell him to give me his address so I could put him on my holiday mailing list. Fuck it. Send him a Christmas card. Here's a bottle, bitch. Get drunk.
So, do they leave with a toe tag? When they leave the arena?
Give him an extra roll. We can give him the toe tag roll.
Honestly, I think we're just gonna keep him around and just be
I just thought of something we discussed that we didn't discuss because you said rolls. How we want to clean up the rolls, the stupid rolls. Some of us were like just completely dumb.
Yeah, we're gonna clean up a lot of the roles. If you want to add them because you think you like them or whatever, that's okay. But we're gonna just clean it, make a clean slate, and start over for some of these novelty roles.
Yeah, can I say something?
Keep the Maple Leaf roll. I love it.
I liked it. Listen, I liked it better when only the admins could make rolls, bro. I gotta be fucking honest. I am so sick and tired of
somebody got to get rid of that Cunny Lover role because that made me almost throw up. And
Lover.
I think, listen, all those roles that don't apply to Shape or the mission, man, they just divert us from the mission. There's too many people here that.
That's the problem. That's the problem. See, that's what.
I know it. I hear you. I'm like,
well, that problem is solved because we're going to get rid of them. So we're going to get rid of those. I'm going to get rid of some of these channels that never get used too. But so we're also what Brad said about if there's smart asses in VC or in check-in or the live stream, and just throw them to the lions. So that's going to be the exception. So we're going to bring back a group of people. And other people we add are going to be the hard cases, it's your discretion on whether you want to throw them in there or not, or move them into there. So that'll just be up to whoever.
Man,
but for now, someone goes, oh, I want to join the arena. We're not going to just let them join. We're gonna make them earn it.
You should take everybody.
And I think that's where it would be good for them to show, all right, if you think you're arena ready, what do you know about your model? That's definitely a place where I think you should know something and not walk in with, is the move flat?
My favorite question is how do seasons work on a globe? Because, dude, every time I ask them, to new Globers, I think that they're these old school Globers. I had one the other day. I was like, so how do seasons work on a globe? And the guy's all like, well, obviously it has to do with the distance of the sun. And then I corrected him. And after I corrected him, he's like, oh, yeah, I remember now. And then he's he tried to make it seem like he was correcting me. He was teaching me. I'm like, dude, why are you clearing your ears out? I told you it was because of the tilt. Why are you trying to teach me it's because of the tilt now? Didn't I correct you? And it was funny. Everybody started laughing, because that guy was he was trying to do the reverse shit where he's like, I'm going to teach you now how it works when I didn't know, I just read it on Google.
Hey, I'm going to stick to that thing, bro. I'm going to get it out while you're on it. Yeah, I think you shouldn't let nobody make a roll unless the admins approve, bro. You should go back to the old way it was. We don't need a million freaking rolls. We don't need to know what you believe about this and that. What do you believe about Earth? Well, we had that rule for a reason because we got where we are now. A million rolls, bro. It's not that hard to ask an admin to make you a rogue. I mean,
what you do is, or you have a set.
We're cluttering the server with politics.
Well, while I got this on my mind, I'm sorry, Helio. What? Yeah, while I got it on my mind, I just want to get it out. Does anybody think we should add, like, with all the rooms that we have, should we add a section for the Black Swan? Because I do see every once in a while when I'm scoping around, I see people will ask about the Black Swan, and that might not be what's being discussed in the live stream, but people are still asking. So I'm thinking maybe, like, I mean, it's such a
The temple
argument,
of the
right?
Swan.
I think.
Short answer, yes, I'll add that in a little bit. Yes, I'll add it.
Cool. I think it might help, like, since everybody will come in and, well, some people will come in and be like, what's the swan thing? Everybody's swan and everybody's talking about swans and shit. So I think it'd be good.
Well, we've got the memes already for it, so that doesn't answer the question though. So what we need is an information channel under A to Z for Black Swan as well.
Well, we can add. I know. I'm pretty sure Quantum Racer wouldn't mind, and I'll ask him. But he has it on his website, like the Black Swan, right? As one of his proofs.
Yeah.
You can literally copy that whole proof and throw it into the hashtag Black Swan.
On his website, it's really just like the argument itself. It's not even anything too detailed. It's literally just the argument. I'm not even sure if he's got. Well, obviously, they should have a way to be able to go at least see the Modus Tollens, see the original or the picture, the new screenshot, and then have the. Yeah. I know that, but what I'm saying is, for when it's not being spoken of in the live stream and somebody is somewhere else.
It should just be in our A to Z. In our A to Z information.
Yeah.
We don't have a channel for it. That's the simple answer.
I have all four of Quantum's. Quantum gave me these. I downloaded them when he posted them. These are his.
All right, so we're starting everyone like normal in the regular live stream, right? And then moving them down to the arena according. Is that the idea? I was talking about the arena.
No, you're talking about the arena.
Yeah,
because everyone was talking and I couldn't ever ask.
Our easy environment, reach new people. It's up to your discernment.
Yeah, to an extent, though, Battle Mod. Sorry, just to jump in there. So, Phil, like, basically, where we go from first, like, the first step is obviously just getting the hardened people, and people that we humanely releasing from permaban and that sort of stuff. I mean,
I got the Gem Panda people. I got that stuff. I was just talking about
so what was
going forward.
Okay,
well, start everyone in the live stream as normal for the newbies.
No, well, I mean, we still need to keep that segregation. Like, we don't want to reinvent the whole thing by adding roles retrospectively, etc. So it should be something where going forwards, it's just an additional role that we make in order to manage things easier. If we try,
I know.
Yeah.
I was saying that we should start everyone in the. We just pull from the live stream, basically. We just start everyone in live stream as we normally are, right?
Yeah, I mean, if they're coming in too hard and heavy, yeah, for sure. But the problem is that you don't want them to have that as a tactic where it's like, okay, if I want to get into the arena, all I have to do is go into the live stream and be this way and then I'll get moved there, you know. So it's like, it can't be, you know, it can't be like a stimulus response kind of thing where it's like, okay, anyone that's too heavy for the live stream gets moved there, because then if someone wants to get moved there, all they have to do is that, and then
Yeah,
they
and then you
basically
end up
bypassed all of what we're trying to do.
right, and then you end up with people who are mad because the live stream is flowing to the arena. So we don't want to create problems. We want to solve problems.
So then, after the initial split, how do we go forward, or how do we get? What do we do with the new people then, or how do we decide what to go? Who?
They're still trying to come up with the platform for that, and the rule, and the modus operatus. They're still working on the modus operatus for that. But I would say, if a guy is disrupting the environment to where you can't reach a newbie you're trying to, mute him. But if you think he's really advanced, he's stuck on his subjects, and then send him down there. I mean, it's really at this point, it's really up to you. But like CJ said, you don't want to do it just based on he's pissing you off, and then all they got to do is come in and piss you off, and you throw him in the arena.
Right.
Because we might be down.
No, Helio, Helio, sorry, Helio. We're jumping back into the same point over and over again. We need to segregate the arena. We don't want VC verified having direct access to that. Well, however we manage that, but I mean, look, it's just it keeps coming back to that point. We need to make a new role and assign that new role to people that we see as fitting candidates. We can't retrospectively fit that back to previous roles, because that's going to be defeating our objective totally. So that now all of a sudden no.
But the arena is going to be a dungeon for the staunch Clovers, so they're contained. So you can do your work outside of the arena that you want to do.
Yeah, you work your way up to it. It's not something that you just get given. You know, I mean, at the first stage, I mean, this is just like, you know, we're just trying to solve like 6 or 7 different problems. We're trying to solve 6 or 7 different problems at once with this, and this is the way to do it. Like we solve all sorts of issues with this, but that doesn't mean that we know exactly how it's going to work off the bat. But I mean, at the same stage, like, you know, this has got to be something that's achieved or earned. So basically, your Xanax, your Koshos, your, you know, Lepizzles, all of those, they've fucking earned this role. They get it, no problem. But like, we also don't. We don't want to. I mean, the whole point is to naturally filter all these disruptive elements out of live stream 1. So like at any stage where we like try to then incorporate live stream 1 back into the arena, that's totally just, you know, destroyed exactly what we're trying to do. This has got to be managed and I admit we don't have the perfect way for it yet, but it's like it definitely has to be a new role basis and something that's like, you know, earned. I mean, you can't just go in there for shits and giggles. Like, it's not going to be. Yeah. Then they can. Yeah. Then exactly.
They're going to
and then they go. Yeah, and then they go through the check-in is normal. They go through the normal live stream is normal, and if they're suitable candidates, then yeah, we elevate their status. Like, but it's just. Well, because you haven't paid me $150. That's why. Yeah. You haven't given me $50.
Well,
that's
that's
why.
basically them asking, well, why haven't I proven myself yet? So prove yourself. Well, what do you have to go into the arena to battle the Spartans? Like, what can you offer?
Gird your loins.
Right?
Gird your loins, man.
CJ,
Exactly.
I'm so sorry you got stuck with this and the others left you, bro.
It's okay. I knew it would happen.
He's breaking your balls, man. He's taking a piss on you, bro. Did I use that in the proper context?
Indeed, taking the piss.
Hell yeah. I finally know how to use it. Yeah, we're not trying to take away from the live stream, Helio, just because some dude's pissing you off. Listen,
I think yesterday was a perfect.
Let me finish. Let me finish. We're trying to take the raunch, staunch Glovers to make your environment a better environment. And to please us. We get to do what we want to do.
Yeah, because you had your live stream running yesterday while Gem Panda and Quantum Eraser yelled at each other at the top of their lungs in the arena yesterday.
And I just sat back. Hey, I smoked a fucking cigar. I smoked a $100 victory cigar, man, and sipped on some scotch while I just yell at each other. I ain't gonna lie. Not one motherfucker jumped in to micromanage him and say, "Hey, man, you need to be nicer, man."
Oh.
And neither one of them had a stroke either, and they got what they came for.
It's just a different. It's just a different demographic. I mean, this is what we were saying. You know, some people are here for the blood and guts. So, fuck yeah, why not? Give it to him.
If he wants to piss, I'm going to give him the golden flow. I'm going to take the piss on him.
Well, I won't go to that extent, but nevertheless.
Okay, so the piss out of him.
I'm not a Michigander. Sorry. Michigander.
Look, I'm not fluid with the piss yet, but damn it, you know what I meant. Piss on him, piss out of him.
Yeah. And this recording now.
Hey, you recorded that?
Delete.
Hey, you recorded that? The golden flow shit? God damn you,